Welcome to this pause for practice. These practices are designed to help us create the consistent practice rhythm that allows us to expand our capacity to presence more fully, more authentically, and in ways that are more effective in bringing forward what we desire to experience in our relations. And when I say our relations, I mean our relationships with the whole of life, with ourselves, with one another, our inner circle, our communities, the collective community, including all of these gorgeous plants that in many parts of the world are beginning to bud and blossom and bloom. And that's all happening in a situation where so much about our relations and the ways that we are relating and the collective we are relating is harmful, hurtful, violent, destructive, exploitative. And it's living in that tension of what we desire to presence, what we desire to support, what we hope and pray will be the reality of relations that we experience and what is. And this practice today, I invite you to step out for this 15 minutes. I'm going to have a chair behind me. I'm going to begin standing. Ask yourself if you need to stand and move in a big way. We're going to do some big movements. So if you choose to stand, make sure you have space. If you've been moving a lot and you're tired and you don't think that the movement will energize you, but you really need rest, you can lay down, you can sit down, and you can adapt. If you're any way limited in the way you can move or need to limit yourself for your own needs to how you move in this, you can adapt any movement suggestion I give to just visualize it. And that can be as powerful as the actual movement in a different way on a more subtle level. So feel into what you need. And this practice, we're really going to focus on what it means to drop into the intelligence of the heart space, to privilege the intelligence of the heart over the thinking mind when we are confronted with harmful, violent, aggressive ways of relating, whether it's coming up from within us and we can feel us attacking ourselves, whether we're getting attacked from the outside. How do we drop into what the yogis and in many, and yoga is an indigenous tradition that rises out of the lands of India, and many indigenous traditions hold this. All traditions ultimately are indigenous. They rise out of land in relationship someplace, but that's a whole other topic. But many hold this view that the heart is a deeper, wiser organ implement of intelligence. And that really the thinking brain, the mind, which is so elevated and privileged in our society, where when we get offended and we feel we're under attack and we start getting in a sense of urgency and we start thinking about all the things we need to do to respond and we start reacting out of that. Really, this brain, this mind is a powerful organ, implement, tool that should be in service of an implementer of the deeper wisdom that arises from the heart. So today we're going to focus on how do we, when we are under attack, drop into our hearts and create space for the care that's needed to be experienced within in order to open up to a wiser path so that we can respond in ways in our own lives, in our interior space, and in our external relations in a way that can bring us all more collectively toward relations that are more peaceful, that are more loving. So take a moment, and whether you've decided to sit or stand, just open up right now and just feel yourself connected to the earth, whether that's a standing, seated, or lying position. And feel yourself that sense of little lean forward and a little lean back, a little lean forward and a little lean back. And just this sense that right here, right now, in this moment, we are in the only place that we can ever really be. And that is not in the future that we so often are leaning into. And of course, we plan forward for certain things, and that can be helpful, but we're also not living there. We're living here. And that we can often lean back into the past and get drawn back and even unconsciously be very powerfully influenced from the past, but we're not living there. We're living here. So just take a moment and find that central place, that place where you're neither leaning forward nor leaning backwards, but you're right here in the present moment. And then open up whatever that would look like for you in the position you've taken in that center place. And take 3 breaths, drawing straight down from the crown of your head into your heart space. And as you breathe, you may need to alternate to breathe in the front of your heart and sternum, expanding, and then letting just a softening and a relaxation into your heart space at the front. And then breathing in and concentrate that breath to the back of your heart, the back of your body. And then one last breath and breathing into the sides of your heart space and rib cage. And just notice what you notice as you breathe into your heart, drawing energy from the crown of your head, from that which is above, the expanse, the infinite, the possibility of open space, open possibility, what is yet to manifest, what is yet to be. And then with the next few breaths, draw the breath from your feet or the base of wherever you are in contact with the earth, and feel that sense of breathing up, connecting with earth, connecting with what is, connecting with what is in the here and now. All that it holds, the spectrum of awe and wonder and beauty to that which is devastating and heartbreaking. And just breathe into your heart space, holding presence for what is here and now on this earth in manifested form. And then with the next few breaths, just notice what you notice, dropping that, focusing on breathing and directing your breath into the heart, but just tuning into your here and now. And just bring into your awareness a situation, a circumstance. It could be an internal one. Many of us have patterns of self-attack where we speak to ourselves in ways that are demeaning, harmful, hurtful, aggressive, or a circumstance that may be external. There may be someone in your life who you really care about who is expressing in a way of relating that is coming at you in ways that are harmful or hurtful, demeaning, aggressive. Or a larger situation, one that you are witnessing, could be in a workplace, could be in other relationships in your lives, could be on the collective in this patterns of war and aggression and violence that are very much present in the human collective experience and the psyche. Could be the aggression, the harm, and the hurt that is being waged on the other amazing beings that we share Earth with, that we live among, that we arise from. And just notice what you notice, whatever has come to you to bring into your awareness at this time. Just notice what happens in your system, what you feel physically, what happens to your energy, what happens in your feelings or emotional state. When you allow yourself to turn towards with care, with intention, one situation that holds this harmful, hurtful, violent pattern of relating. And as you notice what you notice, just create a little more space for whatever the sensations are, not judging them, not pushing them down, not pushing them away. Could be a sensation in any part of your body that's grown very strong, could be a sensation in your emotions or feelings, could be an energetic sensation, an agitation, an irritation. And just being with it, creating a little more space for it. Now, with the next few breaths, just feel into what you tend to do when confronted with this. What is your tendency? Again, no judgment. This is a place to hold ourselves with awareness, non-judgmental awareness. Do you tend to fight back? Do you tend to get aggressive, meet the energy? Do you tend to cower? We can, in our culture, sometimes talk in terms of fight, flight, freeze, fawn. If you haven't heard of that one, that's when you try to make everything better by complimenting, reassuring, accommodating kind of behavior. And just holding space for that, what you tend to do, how you tend to respond. And then noticing what you're noticing what you're feeling. Just now take with the next exhale, take your hands and wrap them around your heart space. Just hugging yourself, wrapping around yourself, squeezing tight. And then as you inhale, open up in your heart and exhale, close. And we're going to take about 3 or 4 breaths in this way, opening, closing. And as you do, feel into this energizing your heart around the situation. Breathing into your heart, dropping with your inhale what has arisen for you through this awareness of the situation, of the patterning, of the tendency, and just moving with it. With the next breath, take a little opening to the right. So you're kind of arching to the right of your body as you open your hands. And then twist it a little bit to the other direction, arching to the left, opening. 2 more on each side, opening and just moving with your heart in this. Imagine you're in this situation, and rather than doing what you normally do, you just Breathe into your heart, expand into your heart. Maybe you take a step back to the side, go into a bathroom, go into another room, and breathe into your heart. And take two more now back at the center, opening. I take the next exhale really with a just this cleansing, clearing breath to create space. And now on the inhale, bring your arms up through the center and feel that connection to earth. And take your hands down. Feel yourself right here in the present. Once again, neither in the future nor in the past, right at the center, opening up with this situation, with this pattern of aggression. Noticing how it moves in you, how it impacts you physically, emotionally, energetically. Noticing what you tend to do in relationship to it. Breathing into all of that, opening the heart, energizing the heart, and now just drop. Drop a willingness. Drop an intentionality. Drop your own inner commitment right into your heart inside of this circumstance. And asking your heart for guidance and feeling your heart in connection. Some deep practitioners of many different paths have described in states of heightened awareness being able to see that we are all connected through the energy of the heart to everything, and that there is a deeper intelligence that can come through when we drop out of the limitations of our brain, our logic, our rationality that so often gets offended and justifies the need to further aggression, to meet harm with harm, or to accommodate, to allow harm to continue in another way of reacting. And just drop into your heart this desire to meet this kind of relating, this harmful, hurtful, aggressive way of relating with whatever response shifts that pattern. And if your mind starts to question or think or look for strategies, take the breath back to the heart. Take the breath back to the heart. Place the intention back in the heart. And just practicing this now together for the next 2 minutes, just this practice. You can sit if that feels like a way to drop a little deeper into this, or stay right where you are if you're standing. Just staying inside of this intention to drop into a response that shifts the pattern, led by the heart. And if you feel your mind going back into its tendencies, just shifting the energy back to your heart and breathing that intention there. With the next inhale, just breathe a little fuller, a little deeper into the back of your heart, the front of your heart, the sides of your heart. And as you exhale, just letting that intention drop even deeper into the wisdom of your heart, the intention to allow a new response, a different response to rise up, to shift your tendencies through the guidance of deep, courageous, empowered love. With the next inhale, let your hands gently float up and around your body, over your head. With the next exhale, draw it down to your third eye center, placing your Anjali Mudra, prayer mudra, the center of your brow. May this practice support us to see different possibilities forward, to perceive through the wisdom, the heart, in the face of violence, harm, aggression, a way to presence that shifts that, whether that's removing ourselves or whatever the response is, meeting it with a new something that rises up, a pathway that only the deeper wisdom of love can guide us through our old patterns into new ones. Take a deep inhale. Exhale down the nose to the lips, to the center of communication. May this practice support us both in our inner dialogue and in our spoken word to shift the conversations in ways that move towards more harmony, more peace, that can shake up and break up patterns of harm and violence. Take a deep inhale. And exhale slowly, the throat down to the heart space. Press your thumbs into your heart. Feel the beating of your physical heart. Take a deep bow. May this guided practice nourish our hearts. May these intentions root deeply in the wisdom of the heart and guide us forward. Blessings to you. Thank you for joining me here. I would love to see you on a deeper dive. We will be on our second day of the Cara Creek Leaning In retreat, this time next month in May. If you are feeling the call really to say, you know what, I need this. I need a deep dive of profound connection, transformative community care, deep presence with the essence of our nature, and profound nourishment and rest and play and deep work. Join us. There's still spots.